In 2016, two bioengineering students from Clemson University followed their passion and traveled to Tanzania to teach a biomedical engineering and design seminar at Arusha Technical College in Africa. Here they share this life-changing experience of joy, passion, but above all, hard work.
If you're involved in these types of initiatives, it's teaching other people how to survive. Really understanding how do you make an impact in society. You can read about it all day. You can watch documentaries, you can like Facebook posts, but those likes just don't transcend directly into Africa and help the people that you're trying to help. You have to have boots on the ground, and you really have to understand the situation and what it really takes to change a community and what it really takes to change the world, make a significant contribution to humankind.
Hobe and I traveled over to Tanzania for just about over 2 weeks, and the first week we were aiming to teach design and design thinking to seniors and juniors in this biotechnician program at Arusha Technical College.
So there were 2 weeks of lecture. She led one part, I supported her in that part, and then I led the other part and she supported me.
With the goal of leaving Tanzania, knowing that these students now had a new skill set, both in anatomy and physiology and in design work.
How this opportunity actually got funded was through a nonprofit. Dr. Dean does a global outreach, and a lot of their projects are based in Tanzania. And one of those people was the president of Biomedical Engineering Technology Aid International, Dan Schuster. His primary pilot school is Arusha Technical College. We recently got an ABET accreditation for the engineering program there for biomedical engineering. It's the first bachelor's degree program in biomedical engineering in Eastern Africa. The students there don't feel entitled. They're lucky to be at that university. All of them had to fight for a spot in that program. And from a place that doesn't have a lot of education and a lot of resources, you really don't take things for granted.
One difference that I noted was the level of confidence between the students in Tanzania and the students here, that difference in that confidence. They're oftentimes told, you can only do this.
They were raised to, okay, just do this. Like it's a technician culture. Do this and you'll get paid. Do this, you'll get paid. This is the problem, this is how you fix it.
On day one, I asked the students to come up with the problems that they most wanted to see solved in their community. And they said poverty, corruption, access to healthcare, access to education.
They experience it every single day of their lives. You go in a hospital, you immediately know what is up. You try to turn on the water, you can't drink it, you know exactly what is up. You only get 3 to 5 hours of power every other day, and brownouts all the time. So you live that problem every single day of your life.
And that access to education one was big for these students because they either have siblings or they have friends that cannot get to the university. It's either too expensive to pay for the public transportation, or they don't have Wi-Fi. It's not like you can do Khan Academy, or you can't reach out with digital material. The physical act of getting to school in itself is a huge challenge for some of those students. And that was insane to me, to hear their stories about how sometimes they just don't get to school.
Necessity is the mother of innovation. You start out with what are the biggest problems that your community, that you encounter every day, and how can you narrow that into an accomplishable goal. You take a beachhead within that umbrella problem, and then you start to go horizontal and really attack other beachheads inside of that umbrella.
These are problems you want to see solved. You're science and engineering minded people. You solve problems. How would you solve this? And out of the 100 students that we asked this question to, not a single one of them could come up with a solution, not even the start of a solution.
We had to overcome that because we were conducting a creative design thinking workshop. So there's all these different social constructs and cultural barriers at play. And it really takes 2 to 3 days for the students to really feel like they were in an environment where they could share their ideas.
There was a student named Aneth who, quite frankly, I didn't know who she was until about the 3rd day. I read a reflection that night from Aneth, who said, "Today I was most uncomfortable when asked to come up with ideas as if I had unlimited resources, because that's the world in which I don't live."
And what we found out was once they felt comfortable sharing their ideas and started speaking their minds, they really had some amazing ideas.
Demo day was, I think it was 3 hours, and we took over the entire courtyard at Arusha Technical College.
It's a real experience because there's a mission, there's a goal, and you can fail, right? If the students don't show up, if all my students don't pass, if the demo day for the prototypes flops and the students look stupid in front of all these teachers and the rector of the university, that's very shameful on us that we led them to this place of disappointment, right? So there's failure involved here.
Each of the students put up their giant white posters and they hung them up around the walls, and then we just let people walk around, ask questions. The students who had worked all week on their projects, they were just like, people care. Other people care, and I can make a difference. Even if it's just an idea that might be out there, I might not have the money, I might not have the power right now, but I have the drive to work on it and get somewhere with it and do something. Students who are attending this school, this university, they're probably the only ones in their family that are attending school at that given moment, and they're probably the only ones in their family that will ever reach this level of education. That being said, they see education and their opportunity at Arusha Technical College as exactly that. It is an opportunity, but it's a responsibility. It's their responsibility to learn as much as they possibly can and implement it.
You're investing in the people that are building the very blocks that you're using to build civilizations and society, and to me, that's the best use of any type of investment, whether it's time, resources, or money.
There is not an abundance of resources there. They were extremely collaborative and open to sharing in ways that I had never quite seen before.
The best thing that you can gain from this experience is learning how the world works and how we can build a better tomorrow, and build a better tomorrow for generations to come, not just short-term gain.
The biggest message I want to send is that so many people in these impoverished communities, whether it's in a developing country or a developing area here, even in the States, there's an attitude or a perception of I can't do anything. I might not have enough capital, I might not have enough power, I might not be in a place where I think I can do it. I would love to spend my life eliminating that I can't do anything mindset and giving people that opportunity to do something.